Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is a quick wrap up of what have happened in Kigali, Rwanda. As the International Conference on Business Models in Agriculture comes to an end, we are curious to understand what have happened there and what has been the situation. The event started on the 25th and is ended today on the 28th of March 2024. So we are curious to understand what have taken place there and what are even the possibility that were discussed there at the Kigali Conference Center. Different experts were invited to talk about agriculture, to talk about the potential of agriculture, and to look more specifically the business model in agriculture. And I think that should be something that is important to you. So pay attention as we learn from our most faithful friend, Dr. Ikechi Agbugba.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Obehi. I actually traveled all the way from England, United Kingdom, to speak at this event, which is the second edition of the International Conference on Business Models in Agriculture, like you rightly said. So this time around, the second edition is focused on reshaping agribusiness models for building prosperous rural communities. And it started since Monday, the 25th of March, and it's ending today at the Kigali Convention Center in Rwanda. And I'm very excited because this is my second time in Rwanda, And recently, I was discussing with somebody on the article which I developed on my first visit Rwanda. And so Rwanda is getting, um, more and more interesting to me. For me to have written that article, formerly a kingdom, now the kingdom, the Republic of Rwanda. So it means a whole lot to me. And I met a lot of my friends already. I met the famous Professor Lumumba, who um, we, he's a celebrated speaker in the whole of Africa. That was at the second day, actually, the second day of the event. Yes, you can see Dr. Nimrod there, and and in fact, Dr. Nimrod is the president, or rather the chair of the conference. He's my friend. We are co-founders of the African Organization of Technology and Agriculture with Isaac Kagara. That lady you see at the extreme, beside the young man, she's actually half Nigerian. She's based in Israel, and she's a Delta lady in Nigeria, and she's doing a great work. And even the lady I was holding in the middle, you see that lady in the middle, she's also Nigerian. But that guy was my student almost 10 years ago when I was in South Africa doing my postdoc at the University of Fort Hare. I taught him in his first degree, yes, in his final year. So now he's almost a PhD holder, and he's making us proud. He did part of his research in the US, and he works at the National Agricultural Marketing Council, which is also one of our partners for this approach making event. And what's actually making me very, very happy is that we are talking about monetizing agriculture. Agriculture has always been regarded as a poor man's business. It has always been relegated to the background. It has always been regarded as antiquated. And so, but this time around, as you can see, even from the chairs conference, I am the chair of the scientific committee. That even reminds me that I am even carrying a big portfolio. So when it has to do with science and research, and when it touches on universities, and other educational institutions, we are there. So there's a lot that this second edition was really fantastic. We had vice chancellors from University of Rwanda. He was there. And we also have vice chancellor from RICA. He was there. And we had, speakers from all over. And we had Yvonne Dege, who is a famous broadcast journalist in the UK, in BBC and Al Jazeera. Yeah, so, and I was very happy because some of these hallmarks and strikes were all, most of them were started from my initiative, what I had recommended to the committee. And I'm very proud to, and I'm very bold also, not just proud to say that I suggested that we bring in the academia and that we make the academia a strong platform for this type of conference, because we cannot talk about transformational revolution without the academia. The academia has, is at the epicenter of transforming of communities, of transforming the global south. That's Africa is one of the major forces in global south. And of course, we know that Africa is the future. And we know the position of Africa in transforming the entire world. And of course, we had somebody like Tony Nirangira. Yeah, sorry, Tony Sanganira. Yeah, he's from the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. He he facilitated a session on learning by doing for advancing sustainable innovative agriculture, the model of Rwanda Institute for Conservation Agriculture. And we had speakers like Dr. Rona Rosati, and of course I've mentioned about him, he's the VC of RICA. And also we had Eugene Anangwe. Eugene Anangwe is a popular um, journalist in East Africa, and he is the founder and CEO of East Africa Media Group. Yeah, so, and he facilitated the aspect of policy, landscape, and public-private academia partnerships. That is fostering sustainable agriculture and rural prosperity. So these are all, areas that resonate with me strongly, and I'm very passionate about Africa's agriculture sector. And something happened during the event. When it was time for me to, for us to unveil the scientific session, we had the Africa Food Summit, the Africa Systems Forum announced their, the event for October. And so we had AGRA there, and we had other partners with AGRA. We, we had the Prime Minister of Rwanda, he was there. We had the Honorable Minister for Agriculture in Rwanda. That's Emma Naluyima. Yeah, that's my friend. Yeah, this is Professor Francois Naramabuye. He's the oldest professor at the University of Rwanda. Yeah, so that is also Judith we worked at the scientific committee. So yeah, so anyway, let me continue with what I was telling you about that event, which also held concurrently with the international business models in agriculture, but it was just for the third day. I think so. No, sorry, the second day. The second day. And but that event was just for one day. So it wasn't a problem for us at all. And since it touches on food systems, it's also part of the IBMA as well. And, the president is a woman who is she is Rwandese. She's Rwanda. And her name is, what's her name again? Kalabata. Yes, Kalabata. Kalabata is a very a celebrated woman in Rwanda. Sorry, Kalibata. Kalibata is her name. Her name is Agnes Kalibata. Dr. Agnes is the president of AGRA. And she used to be Rwanda's foremost Minister for Agriculture. And now she's doing amazing things. And I was happy to connect with her as well when we met even the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia. And these are big guns. These are issues that is not just for Africa. Every that touches on Africa. Committee, which I chaired, of course, we have a lot of submissions. We had abstract submissions from all over the world within Africa and outside. So we had scientific and plenary sessions, and we had about 8 themes, sub-themes. You will see the themes also if you look at the website. And we looked at every aspect of the the agricultural value chains. We looked at agricultural supply chain. And you know that Africa's agriculture is majorly serviced by smallholder farmers. So when we talk about monetizing of agriculture, business models must be unlocked. The business model that will work for this farmer may not really be the type that can work for the other farmer. But we must also look at the entire agriculture, which touches on crops, livestock, forestry, and fisheries. So we had like the Honorable Ambassador to Pakistan was there. You can see him, Ambassador in Khan. Yeah, I also connected with him because of what he's championing. Yeah, he seems to anyway. So and I've also talked about Rwanda, Professor Kaihura. He has been a friend and he has been amazing. I really celebrate this gentleman who has been at the forefront of civilization and revolutionizing the former National University of Rwanda. Used to be called National University of Rwanda. It's still National University of Rwanda as well, but it's called the University of Rwanda. You can see we are at the event ongoing, so it's live from Kigali Convention Center.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Dr. Ikechi. Of course, we know that the event is still ongoing. Okay, you just take some time to talk to us. You are going to join other people there to continue the conference. For the people that are listening to us just now, they would like to know what are some of the key messages that you want to take away from this conference, because you have been observing the conference, you are there. So what do you see as a key message to take away from this year's conference?
Yeah, one of the lessons that we need to take home is that we need to understand that agriculture is not a mere talk. Is like we normally say, is not talking the talk, but walking the talk now. And we are talking of strategies, for actionable steps for Africa's farmers, who could be smallholder farmers or partners, like in a partnership, or even large-scale farmers, and of course to create a sustainable income for limited land resources, and delving into areas of agriculture which could be like I had mentioned about crops, livestock, forestry, and fish. And the importance of the soil cannot be overemphasized, because the soil is where the whole energy comes from. That's where the whole aspect comes from. Yeah. So delving into areas of resource optimization, effective crop selection, maximizing of the potentials of every inch in the maybe in the land, or even in livestock, or even in the forestry or fisheries. Yeah. So I was just talking about how we can optimally and maximally also unlock the potentials of every inch of the aspects of agriculture, which I had talked about, from crops, livestock, forestry, and fisheries. And of course, this is not, not just for attendees to come and hear talks. We can utilize our resources, the resources that we have, the resources of nature, to bring about transformation and healthy nutrition, safe, nutrition, and people. And what again, we also looked at agrotourism as one of Africa's untapped resources that we need to leverage upon. That can also open up doors a lot. And we also looked at bridging the gap between research and industry. And of course, that was facilitated by one of our board members, who is Dr. Janine, who is also a Rwandese. And of course, we had, we also had, among the highlights, we enjoyed traditional delicacies from Rwanda. And I was personally impressed by the cheerfulness, by the courtesy, kind hospitality behaviors, exceptional behaviors of people from Kigali. And it's just such an amazing place. You will leave your electronic gadgets, go out, and you come back and pick them up. You will leave your bags, come back and pick them up. And it was really fantastic time. It wasn't a time we spent at all. Like I said earlier, I made a lot of friends from all over the world. We had them all discussing about how we can unlock solutions, how we can drive transformation, how we can inject the right policies, and how we can also recommend policies for the government to take actionable steps, to take agriculture from the lower level to the higher level. And we had a lot of, stories, success stories of farmers. And, what actually interests me was, young people. I spoke about the brain engineering strategy also, which some persons were very much impressed by my presentation because it touches on the SDG goals agenda of the UN. And I also spoke about Dr. Beatrice, the pioneer of the PETS. That's the Pets Foreign Policy Ecosystem. Dr. Beatrice Bishop, as a matter of fact, is originally German, and she has done a lot of work in the political scenario of Germany, and she seems to love the global South. Can I ask you to give me some time to talk about Dr. Beatrice Bishop, because both of us developed the Pets Foreign Policy Ecosystem, and I had to inject the aspect of agriculture to her. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Now I have to quickly share my slides alongside to show you a bit about to talk to you about Dr. Beatrice Bishop. She has a lot of good plans for this system, and of course you can see that she is also an EU Tech Chair advocate, and like myself, but she is also the member of the board of women in the tech in German consultant of Mohammed bin Rashid Aerospace Hub, Dubai Alliance of International Aid Advisory Council. So her project is the PETS. Oh, yeah, it's a foreign policy ecosystem approach, and it is created also to give answers to the burning questions about future of work and the future of education. So the PET is an agricultural education strategy. You can even call it an agripreneurship strategy because it actually teaches on entrepreneurship, on diverse areas of agriculture. So PETS is a platform. PETS is the strategy that Dr. Beatrice and myself we are trying to unlock with the University of Rwanda, and of course with the Africa Organization of Technology in Agriculture very soon. Yeah, and Dr. Beatrice Bishop, interestingly, is also a media specialist. And so she anchors media programs. She has anchored the PR, a public relations expert, and marketing.
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us about your partner, Beatrice, with whom you are working tirelessly to bring solution to the people. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, brother. I don't know, to conclude it, is there any information you would like to share about the next event? Because this is 2024. Please go ahead and share with us.
The next conference actually will hold in Kenya. So we are looking forward to Kenya 2025 in Nairobi. So, and it will be a wonderful event because we have already started to plan it even before this 2024 of IBMA was delivered, because of course we even had the institutions, the agencies, the networks, those in the universities, the hospitality, and some business persons who are at the forefront of agriculture, bridging the gap between agriculture, research, and industry. And that is, something to really expect. So we are starting early to make this move and to declare the call. Yeah, this is a call for action now. So we are moving to the next step. The next step for International Conference of Business Models in Nairobi, Kenya.
All right. Thank you so much for this sharing. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate your value. We appreciate what you are doing with your team and with these different people that you are working with to bring solution to African agriculture.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Obehi. And thanks for having me. Bye-bye. Live from Kigali, Rwanda.